Good evening, savages, and welcome back to another episode of Savagely Paranormal. Tonight, we're discussing the difference between ghost hunting and paranormal research. Investigation. Sorry, my bad. Kind of goes hand in hand. Okay, so.
The research aspect is the difference.
Yes.
Not the only difference, but
It's
one of the differences.
It's a very big part of it. Like, paranormal investigation is more the paranormal research and cryptids, and it's the whole gambit of everything in the paranormal field.
Yeah.
It's all of the things.
Yeah, and it's the actually researching and investigating more than ghosts.
Yeah, it's a lot of like the same tools. We use the same stuff, but it's how you use it. So we're doing like, more scientific-y, sciencey stuff.
More debunking, more validating, based on research and eyewitness accounts and stuff like that. You're kind of doing the same thing for both, but ghost hunting, you don't really, sometimes there's a little bit of research there, but not really. Mostly it's just talking amongst people. What did you see? What did you hear?
Right. They're doing it for the thrill and breaking into places and trespassing and provoking things that they don't necessarily know what they're messing with.
Yeah, they're just out for, like you said, the thrill or the evidence, and that's it.
Yeah, a lot of them are like adrenaline junkies that they just want to know. They want to see how far they can push their limits and see how far they can scare themselves until somebody runs home screaming and crying.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's used more for a social aspect.
Yeah.
Too.
Paranormal investigation is more like, we want to know why. Like, how does it work? And what are they doing? Why are they here?
Not only why, we want to know that, yes, it really is something. Yeah. Not, hey, I heard a knock. That's got to be a ghost. Right. No, I heard a knock. Okay, but I looked, and let's see, there's a water line that runs potentially through this wall, so it could have been just something in there.
Yeah, but it's also a lot of research. There's a lot of research.
Yeah.
So many hours in the library. I'm surprised our librarian doesn't hate us sometimes because we're there all the time.
We want to know what the land was before somebody put a house on it. We want to know who lived in the house, who built the house, who died in the house, who got married in the house, who gave birth in the house, who died anywhere within a 10-mile radius of the house, or
where all of the original property lines have been. And it's a lot more research based than a lot of people think it is.
We spend more time researching than we actually do at the place.
Yes. There's a lot of, like land records and death records and marriages, and I want to know who I'm talking to on the other end. Like, I don't want to, I want to talk to you, don't get me wrong. but I want to know who you are. Not just some, like, random faceless thing. Like, I want to know who you are. What'd you look like? How many kids did you have?
Right. And if we're doing a house case, which generally that's what the paranormal investigations are, is house cases, versus ghost hunts are abandoned buildings or public buildings and stuff like that. Lost my train of thought. We want to know all the people who could potentially have lived here or been around here.
Yeah.
Because we're here to help the people. And could this be, if it's a family house that's been passed down, maybe there's a message they just want relayed, or find out, if Joe Schmo just bought this house and he doesn't know any of the previous owners, maybe they just need help moving on because they don't realize that this is really his house now, not theirs.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a lot of, like, we come up with, the objects. Like, I want to know, is it the people that are haunted? Mm-hmm. Is it the house, the land? Is it an object that they bought randomly at an antique shop or a thrift store, or found on the side of the road? Somebody gifted it to them. It was there when they moved in. Like, we want to know these things. And, it's not always the house that's haunted. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's the people.
And that comes in with the research. We have a whole questionnaire that we have people fill out to see what's going on. Where does it happen? When did it start? Who else has noticed it? Is it just you? Anything brought into the home recently when this started? And there's another thing that we saw that we're trying to figure out how we could potentially incorporate it in, is there's another team out there who does some sort of, I don't want to call it a test, an evaluation to see if any of the clients potentially have any psychic ability, because that opens up a whole nother avenue of things that could be causing this.
Yeah, a lot of, a lot of our job is dealing with the people and the records. Mm-hmm. It's not so much the ghost aspect of it. I mean, we do a lot of the ghosts, the same ghost hunting kind of stuff, but
yeah, we use the same tools, we interact the same, although that is one of the other differences between the ghost hunters and the investigators, is we do a lot of feelings, how you feel when you walk in a room, how the homeowners feel, or
how it affects you. Yeah. Like how the activities that are going on in the house are affecting the people, not just, like, oh, this happened. Okay, cool. Let's go chase after XYZ noise that we just heard and see if we can make it even angrier. Just get it to react. Although, on occasion, we've
had to do that because sometimes that's the only way. Depending on what you're dealing with, we've had some pretty nasty things that we've dealt with, and sometimes you have to poke the bear back. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sometimes that's what you have to do, and then you get them to leave that way. But we all use the same tools. It's just what we do with
the methods in which you use them.
Yeah, and what you do with your results varies.
Yeah.
Because we like to debunk everything before we just say, oh yeah, it's this.
Yeah. A lot of ghost hunters are just, they're in it for just ghosts. That's all they do. That's all they care about. They don't want to know about any of the other things that go bump in the night. And so, like, our job is fun.
I don't want to know about all of them.
Our job is fun, though. Like, I love learning about new cryptids and new creatures and new kinds of entities that I've never heard about. And, like, I love
those are fun.
When our viewers are like, oh, I have a story about this thing. Have you ever heard of this or seen something like this? And we get a lot of, like, weird,
or like the one that
things
you saw and you drew, and we spent weeks trying to track down what this thing was.
Yeah, it's that was a
you saw it and Caden saw it, both in different spots.
Yeah, that was interesting. I can't remember what it was, but I remember us having the conversation about
it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't remember what it is. But
one day or something. It's a type of elemental. It's like a house troll thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, this one picture that 2 people saw in 2 different spots. Weeks it
in
took
2
to
different
track
complete
down.
locations.
Yeah, weeks to track down what it is.
So long. I scoured the interwebs for so long to figure out what this was, and it bothered me so much. I kept asking all of my more sensitive friends and a lot of other paranormal groups that I know if they knew what it was. I'm like, what is this thing? Like, I have to know what it is. It bothered me. I didn't know what it was, and it bothered me that I didn't know what it was, and I had to know what it was. And that's a lot about with paranormal research and paranormal investigation. Is like, you're out in the woods sometimes, and we're like, oh, what was that? I don't know, but now we gotta go and
No, I'm not going in the
Google
woods.
this. No, now we gotta go Google this and see if we
Okay.
can find a creature that kind of looks like what we all just seen or heard, or, you know,
Yeah.
what's in the area, what's common. Like, there's a lot of Native American lores and cryptids and things that have come over from other countries, even with some of the immigrants. Like, some of our other episodes, we've did some the Albat Witch.
Yes, yes.
That's like the little baby mini, like, he's not that small, but he's little. He's like 4 feet tall. He's like a little tiny mini baby version of Sasquatch, and he's so cute. He's so little, but
He's cute.
he's fun sized.
Fun size until he eats your kneecaps.
But it's fun sized. but you have a lot of those that have come over from like other countries. So we're like, ooh, so now they started there and now they're here.
Mm-hmm.
How did they get on the boat and nobody noticed these little
They were in
things?
a suitcase. Potato sack.
In a potato sack? They hid in a barrel of potatoes and nobody noticed it there for weeks. Like,
Except for the cook who went missing.
right? But I want to know, like, I want to know, what is it? What makes it tick? How does it work?
Yeah.
Is it something that, you know, all of those people brought their belief over with them, and it...
Well, that, goes back to the whole Slender Man thing.
It's the whole
He
manifestation
started over
thing.
in, what was it, Germany, I think was?
There's a lot of things that start over in Germany that get
That's
brought
because
over
they're all
here.
drunk over there. No. So he started there, and then he ended up found his way over here.
There's a lot of things that start in Germany that just trickle their way over here from... Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of weird and fascinating cryptids that have started over there that have ended up over here.
Yeah. I'll take my ones from Ireland. I'll deal with those. You can have all the other weird ones.
We have a lot of weird ones, though. We've done a lot of research on weird ones.
We have. I have a whole thing saved of ones from Ireland because I love it there.
We'll have to do some of those on one of our next episodes.
Yeah.
But
I think with the...
Don't mind the random music.
Train of thought gone.
Sorry.
We have a lot of like random
That's what I was going to
cryptids that
say.
we run into.
Ghost hunting and investigating, we both want to know the whys. We both want to know what's out there after the end. But investigating, I think we're far more open to what
other
it could
things.
potentially be or not be. And it's more realistic, so to speak. It's not so TV-ish.
Yeah. It's a lot more than just ghosts all the time. Like, it is. It's a lot more than just ghosts.
And
like,
a lot of times it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's literally nothing.
Those cases are not as much fun to
No.
work. But we still work them because,
Yes.
Our clients need those answers and they deserve that.
Yeah.
They deserve to have us at our best and our fullest attention, even if it's nothing. and we suggest that they seek mental health help.
Yeah.
I mean...
But that's okay. We still helped them.
Yeah. We help them in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It's not always sunshine and rainbows.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ghost hunting is fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's loads and loads of fun. If you're in it strictly for the fun, that's the way to go.
Right.
If you just want the bright lights and oohs and ahs, go for it.
Right.
But if you want to learn something and actually have a good interaction to get questions answered or get evidence that you can 100% say this is what that is, then investigating is definitely the way to go.
Yeah. You also have to, like, be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
For either, you have to be respectful and follow the laws of your state, because
that's one of the ghost hunting things that they don't generally do.
You give the rest of us a really horrible, bad name, and you get things shut down.
Yeah.
And there was a group of ghost hunters that trespassed on a really old mansion in Louisiana, and they ended up accidentally burning it to the ground.
Nice.
Like an old plantation mansion. And so, like, that's a location that nobody else is gonna ever be able to go to, because you ruined it for everybody, literally. So
there have been buildings around that people could go investigate in, and then you get that random group of ghost hunters that go in and destroy it, cause chaos, open portals that they don't know what they're doing, and then next thing you know, nope, nobody's allowed in anymore.
Right. And that's a shame. Like, we want everybody to be able to go to the locations that we go to and, you know, be able to enjoy it and see the things that we do, but you have to do that respectfully. Like, if you're gonna go, make sure you have permission.
Mm-hmm. And not only respectful to the property, you have to be respectful to the spirits that are potentially there too.
Yeah. A lot of the ghost hunters that we've seen are not always the most respectful.
No.
There's a lot of provoking and
name calling and just being nasty to each other and the spirits.
Right. There's really not a need for
drug
that.
use, alcohol.
Yeah. We've had a lot of we run into a lot of the drug use.
Yeah, that's crazy how many people are doing that and using it as a tool.
Yeah, and then you have somebody like me. Like, I am deathly anaphylactic allergic to, like, cannabis. I cannot even smell it without almost dying. Like, I have EpiPens for a reason, and they go with us on every investigation, and they're always within arm's reach, because we have gone to an investigation where they were doing a public ghost hunt where they were doing that, and I couldn't go into 3/4 of the buildings because the group ahead of us was doing that kind of opening themselves with that, using it as a tool. And I'm like, well, there goes my fun. I might as well go back and just go to bed, because I can't go in any of these buildings.
Yeah.
It was not the most fun for everybody else.
And that too, that's why when we do public events, we call them ghost hunts.
Yeah.
Because public events are a little different. They are more for the oohs and ahs and not for the provoking side, but they're for the oohs and the ahs, and not every person who's going to go on a public hunt wants to spend 3 weeks researching a place.
Right. Sometimes it is just for the fun of it. Like, it's team building. Like, we did the public hunt that we were talking about. We did it just for a team building activity. Like, we wanted to go as a team. We had fun.
Mm-hmm. And it's fun to get out there and do it and not have the pressures of the research and
Yeah.
And breaking down every single thing to say yes or no, it is this or it isn't this. So it's fun to just get out there and do it just to do it.
Yeah. Occasionally that's fun, but like I like to research the places that we're going and see if we can pull some of those names into our investigation to see if we can get a better response. But with the public hunts, you're just in and out of, like, especially on a bigger property, you're like in and out of buildings and you don't really have time to do that. You're kind of winging it and hoping for the best.
Yeah, and then in that you're just going to get any responses you get, and then you can pick them apart later.
Yeah, well, we have done that. That was fun though. Mm-hmm. I would like to go back there, but on a private hunt.
Oh yeah, I want to go back, but definitely not on a public hunt.
No, I don't want to risk almost dying most of the night. No, that was not. It's the only downfall for that.
Then we did the public hunt in Conneaut when we took out the group.
That was fun. That wasn't bad.
Those kind of things are fun because it's fun watching the other people's reactions.
Right.
Because it's so normal to us that watching them get excited is fun.
It's fun watching people that don't really go hunting or are like they're into the paranormal, they've never been. I love watching. They're like, oh, did you hear that? Oh my gosh, the spirit box just said this or that, or oh, the lights just lit up, and it's fun. It's fun to see their reactions, and it's fun that we get to.
It's rewarding watching them. Like we had we're way off topic, but we had a little boy come to see us, and he was so cool to, as he phrased it, finally meet ghost hunters. Yeah. And just watching his face light up as we let him touch all the tools and stuff, that was cool.
Yeah, that's always fun. Like, I love when our people come to find us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The public hunts are always fun. Yeah. Especially if you're the one that's, like, hosting the public hunt.
But they are just that. They're just a hunt. They're not an actual investigation. Don't expect to get 100% concrete evidence of anything.
Yeah, you're not going to get any of the research aspects out of, like, a public hunt unless you're the one that's spending those weeks ahead of time. Yeah. We walked completely blind into Hotel Conneaut. We had no idea. We had, like, 5 minutes of them telling us, oh, yeah, so this happens, and this happens, and... Okay.
Yeah, we're like, all right, we've never been here before, but let's see if we can maybe find the hallway that they said something happened in. Okay.
I mean, at that point, we just kind of winged it.
Yeah.
Hope for the best. Our group had a great time. We had a lot of people come back to tell us they had so much fun with us, and they can't wait for us to come back, and we have to come back.
And our group tripled in size from the time we turned around and headed up the stairway.
I still don't know how we ended up with so many extra people.
I don't know.
It was crazy. We started our night off with like 15 people and ended up with like 25, 30 almost. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know who half of these people.
When we first started, we filled up the whole stairwell down around the landing and down the next stairwell. Yeah. That was crazy. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any other questions as far as ghost hunts versus investigations, let us know. But it's pretty, there's a lot of differences, but at the same time there's a lot of similarities too. It's just
right,
and it's all different. Every team is going to tell you a little bit different.
Yeah, it's really like personal opinion, actually. Don't forget that we will be back at the Hotel Conneaut in April 2024. Yes. So if you're watching this before then, make sure you come in, hang out with us.
I believe it's the 13th and 14th.
I think so. When we get closer to that time, we'll make a bigger announcement. But make sure you follow us so you can get to know that info.
We do have we're working on the final details, but I think Brian's dad does have a investigation for us coming up in January. We get to go to a big cool place.
The Bilbao.
I don't know how you say it.
One of the manors that are supposed to be like really haunted. That could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun. I hope you guys have fun.
Yep.
I hope I get to go. I hope I won't be at camp.
I mean, put your notice in now that you won't be there that weekend.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's tons of camping.
It's all about if we have enough leaders to go. But hopefully,
yeah,
we'll get lucky. And our kids might not want to go to Klondike. It's cold.
You couldn't pay me enough to do that. And you do it just because. So,
I do.
Nope.
I like camping. I like the kids. It's okay. There's a lot of like haunted ghost stories at some of the cabins at camp.
That's still not enough reason to make me want to go. No. Mm-mm.
I want to sleep in the haunted cabin this time. That would make it worth going.
Okay, well, you do that. I'll be at the haunted manor.
Okay, you have fun.
I guarantee I'll have more fun.
Probably. I'm gonna freeze. It's gonna be fun. It'll be so fun. So fun. I'm just gonna keep telling myself that it's gonna be fun. It'll be cold, but it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be alright.
No, thanks.
Make sure you guys follow us, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll catch you next time. Stay savage. Jazz hands. I see him is doing the dance. It's just
Great,
there,
now I
go
see
away.
it.
It's just there, it won't go away. You're welcome. It's better than the fight song, though. I got Thriller stuck in her head.
Oh.
I see the video in my head now. That's all I see. Him and the zombies doing the dance.
The dance with the hands.
All right, you're live.